just 13 days post-op, and about 5 days ago I went to see the oral surgeon, and now I can actually take my rubber bands off to eat. I should be having them on right now, but I took them off so I can talk a little bit better. My speech is only slurred because of my splint. I'm pretty confident that when I have my splint taken out, my speech will be perfectly normal. So, other than that, everything's going pretty well, actually. Now that I can take my rubber bands off, I've been having soft food. I really can't chew, so I've been having pretty much mushy food that I just kind of, put in right in the middle of my mouth and just kind of swallow. I'm not really sure where my chewing, I think maybe the splint makes it hard to bite, but I am supposed to be able to have soft foods, like fish and, chicken. But I need to be mostly having like rice pudding, yogurt, smoothies, and soup that's grinded up in the blender. And I don't know, I'll see the oral surgeon in 5 days, so he'll tell me what the timeline is for me being able to eat normal, going back to eat just normal food, including, hard foods like an apple and a carrot. But it's nice to be able to eat kind of food rather than just liquid, because about 6 days ago or whatever, I went to the gym for the first time, and I weighed myself, and I was kind of shocked to see that I had lost 10 pounds. I knew that I had lost weight, but I didn't know I had lost that much weight. That was after about a week after surgery. I lost 10 pounds. I don't think I drank enough Ensure as I should have, but I think no matter what, you're bound to lose at least 5 pounds after surgery. But I lost 10 pounds, and I don't weigh that much, so that was kind of a shock. So now I'm trying to kind of eat a lot and get back to the gym to gain back the muscle that I know I've lost. So one thing is my swelling is pretty much completely gone, I think. You can still, when I saw the oral surgeon last week, he didn't take my stitches out, so hopefully he'll take them out this coming Friday. But you can see, there it is right there. Right here. And right here. Oh, now you can see that. Let's see. Let's see. You see it? And right there. So the swelling is almost completely gone, and you can see my splint. So I'll try to show you my splint. So if you can see, there's this nylon thing right there, and then there's these pieces of metal that hold it in place. And so this was, I don't think this is what a typical surgery includes. I had the splint as part of the widening of the top jaw. So a lot of videos that I've seen, people either only have one jaw performed on, or they have the upper and bottom, but they don't have any widening. So I think typically people don't ever have the splint in. I'm supposed to have the splint for a month, so I think I had 2 more weeks. So unfortunately, it's kind of embarrassing to have to go out to public and speak like this, but oh well. I'm very happy with the results so far. But you can see what they did is they actually cut the metal wire, so I don't actually have braces, so to speak, on my top, because they actually cut it here and here because they widen it. What they do is they go on the back of the pallet right here, and they cut it, and they kind of widen it. So as part of that, they have to cut it here and here. So maybe you can see right there, they cut it to cut the wire right there, and again right here. So, and as you can see right there, you know, this thing is like a huge retainer, and it definitely covers the roof of my mouth, and so that's why my speech isn't normal, because my tongue, you know, is hitting that thing, and it also creates a lot of saliva. So other than that, I'm very happy. So you can see, you know, here's my bite. You can see my little bottom tooth now are, you know, behind my front tooth, and I haven't had that for 9 years, so that's really amazing. Feels really good, but I'll be even happier when I have my splint taken out so I can actually see, you know, my front tooth better. I'll be able to talk normally, but you can see, you know. So trying to think if there was anything else that I was meaning to say. If you were wondering, my health insurance company, which is United Healthcare, they did not cover insurance, unfortunately. We tried to appeal it by having my orthodontist and oral surgeon write a letter saying that this is medically necessary for me because it caused a problem for me speaking and eating, but they don't care. They didn't care. So we had to pay out of pocket. Fortunately, very fortunate for me, my parents were able to cover the cost. I mean, not without an insignificant blow to finances, but I'm very fortunate and grateful that my parents were able to cover the cost of insurance because it was very expensive. The oral surgeon who did my surgery apparently is very kind of premier, so his surgeon's fee was very expensive. If you're curious as to the cost, you can message me and I'm more than willing to tell you about the cost of the surgery. But it was quite expensive. But I think that having, you know, the surgeon was maybe in his upper 50s, and he told me he had done at least 100 surgeries. He also does kind of reconstructive surgery for people who have been in car accidents. So he's done a lot of surgeries, and looking at the amount of swelling I had after 2 days, versus some of the other people who had upper and bottom jaw surgery on YouTube, really looks like my swelling was very good. And so I think having a really good surgeon is worth the money, because when you're doing a surgery like this, it's you know, dealing with sensitive nerves, and if they make a mistake, you know, you can have permanent numbness. Let's see, what else was I going to say? I'm still a little numb on my lip. Well, not a little numb. I am numb on my lower lip and my chin. But I think it's gradually getting better. When I go to sleep, I can feel tingling in here. So I'm very confident that the numbness will go away. I'm a little numb, yeah, on my left nose, not on my right nose, but here. I think that's because there's a metal piece that they put in right there as part of the upper jaw surgery. But I mean, my oral surgeon said that the numbness is normal and expected, and it's kind of due to the nerves being bumped around and traumatized during the surgery. And so gradually they'll kind of get better, and the numbness will go away. The only way you will have permanent numbness is if a nerve was cut, and so I'm pretty confident that no nerves were cut. Other than that, I think that's about it. I'll post another video once I have my splint taken out, so in a couple weeks. So, alright.